Hey guys, greetings to the red and black crowd. This is Brazil in partnership with Placa, Paparazzo Rubro Negro channel, here at Brazil's training camp in Morristown. The players are in camp here, and we're covering the Brazilian national team for you every day. Today there was training, and you'll get full coverage here, including footage of Neymar on the training field. You'll also see parts of the press conference here, man. Danilo was very clear-headed during the press conference. Danilo is a spectacular guy, a very intelligent man who gave a very interesting press conference. Yeah, like I said before, Danilo is a very clear-headed guy. He speaks with authority, when it comes to the team. Hendrik talked about Hendrik mainly. So, a very clear-headed guy. I was really, really happy. Danilo's interview was really cool. Now, let's go. Let me bring you some important information before we get into the topic of the Brazilian national team, before we show the training and the press conference. Remember that we're here thanks to Leão Infusões. And look, you can get your little lions right now. There are 25 lions. 25,000 little lions in the boxes of Leão Infusões. So, you can get yours right now. Roll the intro. With Leão Infusões, you can win prizes and you can find up to 25,000 little lions, like I was saying. There are several different types and you can enjoy them. Look, go on, it'll come, it'll work, it'll bring you luck. You'll also find a little lion in your Leão box, Mergers, the official sponsor of Paparazzo Rubro Negro here in this coverage. Well, let's go. We have some important information to share with you, also brought to you by Mais Cabelo. Remember, we can lose weight in a healthy way with Mais Cabelo, right? The Mais Slim program from Mais Cabelo. You can lose weight in a healthy way and you'll always be well assisted with medical supervision. Mais Cabelo is everywhere in Brazil. In every corner of the country, there's a Mais Cabelo clinic, and you can also take advantage. Look at how the paparazzo's hair is now, see? He was going bald, and now it's looking great. Go ahead, pull it, see? That's it, okay? And besides that, you also have the contact for Haroldo's Caravan, so you can travel with Flamengo, with Brazil. Haroldo's Caravan takes you to the main sporting events in the world. And of course, we're also here to remind you that if there's an important game tomorrow like there was today, look, Portugal, man. Portugal tied with Congo, man. Who would have thought? Good thing I didn't. Good thing I didn't have time to set up my little bet because I would have lost. I would have lost on this one. I thought that, yes, they would start the competition well, but apparently not. Let's go. There's still time. Regarding tomorrow's question, I prepared it here, my friends. I prepared a really good one for you. And I want to take this opportunity to remind you all, always play responsibly. It's for people over 18 years old. It's for fun, not an investment. Take a look at this one I prepared. Look how good it is. Yeah, tomorrow's games. Yeah, Czechia and South Africa, winner of the match. No one, it's a draw. Less than 2.5. Switzerland and Bosnia, winner of the match. Canada and Qatar, draw and over 1.5. Mexico, winner of the match against South Korea. Just these 4 little games I'm managing. Do you know how much? 86.54. Odds of 86.54. Bet 10 got 860. Right? Just some pocket change to have fun, but this ticket is amazing. I'll leave the ticket here in the pinned comment for you to use at Esportiva Bet. Let's bring you this important information before all the national team coverage. According to the Italian journalist Andrea Lo Sapio, Milan's search for a new sporting director is intense, okay? After Eintracht Frankfurt blocked the departure of Marcos Rocha Croce, another name started gaining strength behind the scenes at the Italian club. Guess who? José Boto, man. José Boto's name is being considered at Milan, according to journalist Andrea Lo Sapio. José Boto is Flamengo's current football director, so Milan is interested. Honestly, I think it's difficult, I think it's difficult. He's very well settled at the Red and Black Club here in Brazil. Now, I don't know, man. I didn't find this. I decided to do my own research, obviously, right? According to the publication, the Portuguese executive is seen in a positive light by the Rossoneri leadership, mainly because of his knowledge about Rubem Amorim's work. This factor is a key differentiator in Milan's evaluation as they review options for the position. Yeah, Flamengo fans say things like, hey, there's Marcos Braz too. Boto is at Flamengo. Marcos Braz could go there. Yeah, and people are saying, take him, let him go, and bring Braz back. Yeah, there were people saying, take him for God's sake. What great news. Bring Braz back. People don't waste any time, right, my friends? But that's it, okay, guys? I did my research here with a source connected to Flamengo's management, who assured me that as of today, José Boto himself doesn't know anything, hasn't informed the club, and isn't aware of any interest from Milan. Look, we have another important piece of information to bring here about Thiago Almada, who had a good debut in Argentina's 3-0 win over Algeria, my friends. That's right, Thiago Almada. I wonder if could we still see Thiago Almada after the competition here being signed by Flamengo? According to information from Bastidores Fla from Romario Jr., who does a lot of research. Also regarding the transfer market, yeah. Atletico de Madrid has reportedly already given in to Flamengo and gave the green light for Flamengo to move forward with the signing of Thiago Almada. As far as Atletico de Madrid is concerned, they're willing to negotiate. This is the information from Romario Jr., from Bastidores Fla and Bola VIP, that Flamengo has gained an important ally in their attempt to sign Thiago Almada in the second half of the year. Yeah, the report says that Atletico de Madrid has given the green light for negotiations to move forward, while the Argentines' representatives see a move to Flamengo in a positive light. Almada is hoping to return to Atletico de Madrid, and he's waiting to finish this current competition he's playing in before deciding his future. But if he doesn't get an attractive offer from Europe, Flamengo becomes a strong candidate. So that's the information. If he doesn't get an offer from a club that's going to compete for something, an attractive offer from Europe, we might see Thiago Almada considering South America, and Atletico de Madrid is open to negotiating. You know, José Boto and Leonardo Jardim see the midfielder as the ideal piece for the project and consider his signing a priority. So that's the information, and we did some investigating here to find out what's going on. If Flamengo really got the green light, and the information that was passed to us by a source connected to the board is that nothing has changed, right? What is being discussed had already happened, even before Argentina's debut. And that, regardless of what happens, obviously, the source connected to Flamengo's board believes that Argentina's good performance in the competition could actually make the deal more difficult. But really, right, if they are considering a negotiation as the information is coming out, then they are thinking about a possible negotiation. If the player doesn't get an interesting offer from Europe, then yes, it's possible that the deal could happen. And even so, Flamengo would need to consider paying in installments, right? Because Flamengo, even with some things happening, like the sale of João Gomes to Wolverhampton, there are several situations, like the sale of Rian Roberto. Flamengo's getting money, but they still have to pay in installments. Is that correct? Now, some information about the national team so we can bring you all the behind the scenes from the training session and also Danilo's press conference. Look, a FIFA team was at the hotel here at the team's training camp, here at this training camp hotel. We're here at the training camp, okay? At the Brazilian national team's hotel. Yeah, look, you can see that outside. It's all Brazil stuff out there. Yeah, we got this information that the FIFA anti-doping team was here at the hotel where Brazil is staying to do a surprise test, okay? That's also why there was a delay in Danilo's press conference, but that's nothing unusual. It's a situation that happens in competitions.
There, Neymar Jr., Neymar. At this moment, the star of the Brazilian national team has arrived, number 10, Neymar Jr. Good morning, Neymar, good morning.
There's more coming.
From 50 more.
Awesome.
Awesome, right? Neymar Jr. on the field.
The wait is over.
Morena, they arrived with Neymar.
Do you think the Panfarila he already has is allowed?
Remember that before making his debut, he has to go through the corridor, right? Make Messi's debut.
Thank you. Hey, man, Tallman.
It's not Tolman. Tolman. It's the... Right? It's the yes, right? It's the yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Neymar is training with the rest of the group. It's okay, man. It looks like he's training there without any limitations, warming up with the rest of the group without any limitations, which is very important, right? You guys are watching footage of Neymar Jr. This is Brazil training.
This is Brazil training.
Amazing, guys. The news is good because we can see him training with everyone. Already cleared from physical therapy. He's already doing conditioning work. That's very important. Thank you.
It's very important. Neymar on the field.
Look, you can see Neymar now doing separate work from the group, okay? Yeah, he started training with them. Now he's doing separate work. You can see there's care, there's special care with Neymar, okay? They're taking special care with Neymar. Hey, how are you? All good?
No.
At first, he was training. He's training with,
He goes, no.
he's already off to the side over there, Reza.
He's not there yet. Deliver it there, and it won't stay with the others. 4 minutes, no. In the first days, it's just separate physical work.
He started with the group there. He started the warm up with the group and was already pulled aside there. The guys are going to do that. Of course, thank you very much. Okay, guys. So look, here's the update right now, okay? It's information now. So, no, the manager is coming now. Look, the news we just received is as follows. He even warmed up there with the team, but he's still in physical therapy, okay? And he's not 100% physically yet, right, Riza? That's it, right? He's still training separately, right? So it's work separate. So that's the news. He's on the field. That's good news. He's working there with the ball, doing some training, but separately from the group. He started with them, and now he's apart from the group. Okay, so he needs a completely different preparation there. That doesn't mean he won't be included for the match against Haiti, okay? He could be included for the match against Haiti. Being fit to play is another thing. Being fit to play is another thing. That's what Raiza is saying here beside me. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, but when he starts training here with the others, what do we think?
Not in that way.
He's training separately, yeah. Not now, later. We're seeing that now he's training separately, exactly. But at first he started training together with them.
No, he entered the game together.
No, and did he do the warm-up with them? That was the initial work. Yes, the warm-up. So my friends, here's our opinion again.
There's more training, right?
Yeah, it's very tough. There's more training today and tomorrow. So in my opinion, he should really be fit to play against Scotland. Look, Neymar. He's there now, together with the group again. Why? Look, he has rehab work that he does separately with the physical therapist. And during warm-ups
and at some other moments, like when they're playing keep away, that game, he comes back closer to the group and stays there.
So he has a different kind of work compared to the other players, okay? You can see Neymar there with the rest of the players now, but that doesn't mean he's already fully integrated, okay? He's there with them, but he's not fully integrated, okay? So he's working, doing some exercises separately, and others he does with the rest of the group when it's more, how can I say this? It's, well, warm up, something fun.
No, before I say anything, Fabio, I just wanted to offer a word of support to Pereira and his whole family. From what we've heard, he was just admitted to a hospital, and he's an icon of our history of Brazilian soccer. So I wanted to leave my words of strength and encouragement to the family and hope that everything turns out for the best. And after that, obviously, 3 weeks of work, it makes us, in a way, set aside some of the club loyalties we all have. That's just on the field, so we can, in a way, really buy into the philosophy that we want to have on the field here with the Brazilian national team. Each of us plays for a club where we work in a certain way, press in a certain way, play differently. And when you put all that together, it's not very easy to come up with a final product that has a lot of coherence. So we had this important 3-week period now to work on that, and obviously the day-to-day contact and how close we are. Talking about the objectives, that's very important to me. These 3 weeks were useful. They served that purpose too.
You mentioned a 4-time world champion. There's another here today celebrating his birthday. Let's give Zinho, also a 4-time world champion, a round of applause.
Thank you. Happy birthday, Zinho.
Thanks for all you did for Brazilian soccer.
I've already cried a lot, and I think I cried again in front of everyone.
So you can start, Zinho.
Please, thank you very much. Thank you so much for the applause, for the tribute, for all the affection from all of you towards me. Thank you very much. Danilo, it's an honor to be talking to you. I echo Danilo's words, Master Pereira, like a father to us, right? A wonderful manager from the Tetra. I'm with you on that, Danilo, praying a lot for him. I spoke with Vanessa, his daughter, just now. He's stable, but you know, the situation isn't the best, but let's believe that everything will turn out fine, right? God willing. Danilo, yes, since it's your birthday, you can ask one question in 2 parts, right?
Make an exception this time, just for today?
Just today, real quick, guys. Well, Danilo, Douglas was sitting there at the last press conference, and he talked about finding out about the lineup 3 hours before the team went out on the field. He was then asked his thoughts on that. What I want to know from you is whether this will be Ancelotti's approach or not. The game is on Friday. There was practice today. The lineup had to be set, and there's tomorrow's practice to finish it off. But in this tactical setup, are you going to play? That's a question from a 4-time champion and a birthday boy, okay? Are you going to play, and what do you think about that? Because our team is still being formed, right? We have great players, but it's a team that's really coming together. If this uncertainty, like the players not knowing who will start playing, if this situation continues, do you think it gets in the way or not, in your opinion?
Well, first of all, happy birthday, Zinho. May God bless you, and may it be another wonderful year. Anyway, red and black greetings. Red and black greetings. The other day I gave an interview and talked about there being no starters or substitutes. Maybe I didn't express myself well. Every team has a core group where there are 6, 7, 8 players who are, yes, the starting players and who always play. And then there are 3 or 4 players who are always rotating based on the game, the opponent, and the strategy. That's what is done today in modern football, right? In which strategies always change according to the opponent. Yeah, so that's what happened in the last game, and maybe for me it was important. Exaggerated, yeah, that's what happens, right? It's natural, right? Today we most likely have about 80% of the lineup set and 70% set for Friday. And we have 3 players, 4 that we still don't know about yet for various reasons, because of the coach's indecision, because of a tactical issue, because of a physical issue. Yeah, because of the coach's whims. The coach has a crazy mind. He played, he knows well. Sometimes coaches make choices and decisions that there's no logical explanation for, you know? So at this level, and I'm speaking for myself, whether the coach tells me I'm going to play today or tomorrow, or if he tells me an hour before on Friday, my preparation and the way I am with the group and getting ready for the game is the same. Does this apply to every player? No. Some players need to know ahead of time, yes, to prepare themselves in a different way, to already start experiencing something about the game. And for me, because of what I've already experienced in football and some other things, if he tells me 10 minutes before that I have to go in, it's happened to me several times. Guardiola came and said, you're going to play now as a center back. I had never played as a center back before. It depends on each person. Yeah, the interpretation is different for everyone. As for whether I'm going to play or not, I hope so. Yeah, we have to be clear, right, about everything you mentioned, especially about what happened in the first half of the game. I think the best way to grow and fix everything is to face everything that happened with realism and clarity. And I think we've been doing that very well. Yeah, being sure that the first half was completely below our abilities, completely below what wearing the Brazil shirt demands. Yeah, that being said, I think we had a once in a lifetime opportunity to get back into the game, to be able to tie, and not getting a result. That could have had an important psychological influence within our group. And I do believe that yeah, uh, the failure to build an identity, the constant changes, everything that happened, it influences this issue of anxiety, because when you have a plan and something coherent already built, when things start to get difficult, you hold on to that. So that's something we really weren't able to build. That's clear, that's obvious. And like I said, maybe after the France game in some interviews, I said, guys, we have to be clear. We don't have the maturity that a team like France has today, or even Argentina. We don't have that maturity as a team. That doesn't mean we can't do a good job and try to win and try to go far. However, our approach to these matches has to be different. We have to use a different kind of strategy to deal with this kind of game. Maybe stay a little deeper, maybe not press so much, maybe accept at some point that the opponent can have possession and control of the game. For me, that's maturity. It's knowing how to face these moments and knowing that when they give us an opening, we have Vinicius, we have Rafinha, we have Hendrik, we have Ryan, we have people who, when they give us a chance, we're going to score the goal. But that's what I might have said at the end of that game, that we have this understanding and this sense of responsibility to realize that we are going to suffer. Yes, we are going to need to develop this spirit of sacrifice. Yes, but when we have the opportunity, we have to go there, put the ball in the net, and then defend the result with everything we've got. You understand? Fred, it's a pleasure to talk to you once again. I think this is another topic as well, one that we speculate a lot in this case, right? Yeah, there was obviously Casemiro's interview where he said something that probably could have left room for interpretation. That's fair. So it's up to us too, when we sit in this chair or when we're going to use our voice to communicate in the best and clearest way possible. Agora, now, Hendrik is a very important player. He's a rare gem that we have in Brazilian football, you know. He's got strong legs, excellent decision-making, and real star quality, my friend. Things just happen around him, and he scores goals. So he's the kind of guy that we want to have close to us. Today in practice, after you guys had already left, he made some plays and scored goals that make you say, man, this kid, yesterday, he took a shot that almost hit the net, almost knocked the kid out of practice. He's the kind of player we want to have, and we hope he can play the biggest possible role in the Brazilian national team, you know? I've said a few times that everything that happens, many times it's not just for me or for Casemiro or for Neymar or for whoever it may be. No. Obviously, we have our share of responsibility, but my friend, it's not our last chance. The Brazilian national team goes on with all these guys, you know? And whatever we can do and whatever is within our reach to make them really feel important, to make them feel that this space is theirs, we're really going to do it, you know? We're doing it because Hendrik will be key for us in the World Cup. And the other day, he didn't come in because the coach decided, maybe because Bruno felt something at the end and had to put in Danilo Santos. I don't know, you know.
He's a player who's going to be important for us. And I talk to him a lot. I say, keep a cool head, because when you get in, even if it's 5, 6, 10, 20 minutes, my friend, you're going to put the ball in the net, and then it's your name, and we're there supporting and helping you, all right? Is it?
Wow.
It was scary, but he liked it because there was also so much internal expectation about playing a big game, a game of dominance, a game with constant pressure. And when things don't happen that way, and on the contrary, the opposing team has control, has several chances, all of that is really something that's not easy to digest. And since I was out, it's after that moment passes that I start feeling a lot of euphoria too. My role was to try to think of a counterpoint, to speak up, to understand, wait a minute, where are we? Once things calm down, what do we need to improve? What are the points we can bring up to help? First, balance is no use. You won't go from a moment in the game when you're taking hits to one where you're the one landing them. You need to find balance first. And that, for me, was the first and most important point. I think we were unbalanced there tactically, and we were a little unbalanced emotionally too. So the first thing was, when we got back to the locker room, it was maybe to bring that balance back again, bring a bit of calm, maybe run less a lot of the time. It doesn't mean you're not fully committed. Run a bit less, hold your position more, and understand spaces and distances. And I think that's what we managed to change from the first half to the second. It wasn't an exceptional second half, but it was a second half where we managed to slow things down more. We managed to shorten the passing distances, to find more passing lanes. And then it's normal for confidence to grow. It's normal for the players with a lot of quality, especially the ones up front, to feel freer and lighter to make plays, and for the defenders to feel more protected. That's natural. As for talking about it, we talked a lot, maybe even too much, I can tell you, because the expectations were really high. So we talked a lot. We talked a lot among ourselves, but always in a constructive way, trying to find that balance, like I said, without losing the essence and the aggressiveness, the flair we need to have, but knowing that in the end, what matters is the final result. So during the game, there will be several moments when we'll face difficulties. We'll need to come together, defend better, and close the gaps. But what really matters in the end is the final result of each game. Knowing that if we play well, if we are more organized and have much better mental control, our chances of winning are always much higher.